Less than 1 in 4 testosterone booster supplements has any clinical data supporting its core claim.
Read that again. The industry sells 90% of its products with the testosterone-boosting claim on the label. Less than 25% have a single published study suggesting that claim holds up. And for the ingredients that do show some effect in certain studies, more than half have conflicting research showing no change or an actual decrease. This is not a fringe opinion. This is the conclusion of a peer-reviewed analysis published in medical literature, examining the top 50 testosterone boosters on the market. One brand on this list charges $169 a month for this story. Another is sold in Walmart right now, built around a hero ingredient that has been directly tested in human clinical trials on testosterone and found to do nothing. Repeatedly. Today we name all 5, and by the end of this video you will understand exactly how a $3 billion industry sustains itself on ingredients the peer-reviewed literature cannot confirm. Starting at number 5. There's one thing you need to understand before we start the countdown. Testosterone is a tightly regulated hormone. Your body runs a constant feedback loop, designed to keep your levels within your personal normal range. When levels drop, your brain signals your testes to produce more. When levels rise, production slows down. Your endocrine system has been running this process your entire life with far more precision than any capsule taken twice a day. This is why raising testosterone in a healthy man with normal levels through a supplement is extraordinarily difficult. For men with clinically low testosterone, confirmed by a blood test, diagnosed by a doctor, the appropriate treatment is testosterone replacement therapy prescribed by a physician, not a bottle from a supplement shelf. The testosterone booster industry exists in the gap between that clinical reality and what millions of men are willing to spend to avoid confronting it. Number 5. TestoFuel, marketed heavily to bodybuilders and gym-goers as a muscle-building testosterone booster. The 2 headline ingredients, D-aspartic acid and oyster extract for its zinc content. D-aspartic acid has the most complicated evidence profile in this entire category. Some studies show short-term increases in testosterone, others show no change. One study found that in men with already higher baseline testosterone, which includes most serious gym-goers, D-aspartic acid supplementation actually decreased testosterone after several weeks of use. The systematic review published in the International Journal of Reproductive Biomedicine concluded that D-aspartic acid does not consistently raise testosterone in healthy men. The evidence is too conflicting to support a reliable claim. Zinc deficiency can reduce testosterone. Correcting a zinc deficiency can restore it to normal. But if you are not zinc deficient, and most men eating a varied diet are not, supplementing zinc does not raise testosterone above your normal range. It does nothing additional. TestoFuel is selling you one ingredient with conflicting and partly negative evidence, and one ingredient that only helps people who are already deficient. The majority of its buyers are neither. Number 4 has taken the same ingredients, upgraded the branding, and aimed them at a more vulnerable audience: men over 40. The men most frightened by what declining testosterone means, and price the product accordingly. Prime Male, positioned exclusively at men over 40 as a vitality and testosterone support formula. Sophisticated marketing. The formula leads with D-aspartic acid, Korean red ginseng, zinc, vitamin D, boron, and luteolin, among others. The messaging understands its audience with precision. Men over 40 experience real hormonal changes, energy drops, muscle becomes harder to hold. These are legitimate concerns. Prime Male speaks to them in language that feels clinical and authoritative. The clinical evidence does not match the clinical tone. D-aspartic acid, same conflicting profile, same concerns. Korean red ginseng has some evidence for improving energy and sexual function, but the research on its direct effect on testosterone levels in healthy men is limited and inconsistent. Boron has preliminary evidence suggesting possible modest effects, but the studies are small, short-term, and have not been independently replicated at scale. Luteolin is included as a theoretical estrogen blocker. Human evidence for luteolin achieving this at supplement doses is not established. A Prime Male costs approximately $90 a month. The men it targets are often dealing with real symptoms of age-related hormonal change. Those men deserve a blood test and a clinical conversation with a doctor. Not $90 a month for a formula whose headline ingredient has conflicting evidence and whose supporting cast is either understudied or unproven at these doses. The gap between how Prime Male sounds and what the peer-reviewed literature confirms is very wide. 3 left. Number 3 is the best-selling testosterone booster in the world. 12 ingredients, a lifetime money-back guarantee, and marketing spend that tells you exactly which budget line the company prioritizes. TestoPrime, the self-described undisputed champion among testosterone supplement brands. 12 ingredients including D-aspartic acid, KSM-66 ashwagandha, fenugreek extract, Panax ginseng, zinc, vitamin D, and green tea extract, among others. Let's go through the headline ingredients, honestly. Ashwagandha, specifically the KSM-66 extract, has the strongest individual evidence of anything in this category. A 2022 review found some evidence it may support testosterone after 90 days. But the studies primarily involved men with infertility or low sperm count, not the healthy gym-going men buying TestoPrime. Whether those results extend to that population is not established. Fenugreek has been tested in multiple trials. Several show no statistically significant change in testosterone versus placebo. One patented extract called TestoFen showed effects in one trial, but only when combined with resistance training. The supplement alone did not produce the result. D-aspartic acid. We have covered this twice now. The evidence is conflicting. In men with higher baseline testosterone, it may actually reduce levels. Vitamin D deficiency is associated with lower testosterone. Supplementing in a deficient person may help. In someone who is not deficient, it does not push testosterone higher. Most TestoPrime buyers have never had a vitamin D blood test. TestoPrime is not dangerous. Some of its ingredients show genuine promise in specific populations. But the product is marketed to the general population with claims that go significantly beyond what the evidence for any individual ingredient supports, and well beyond what has been tested for this specific combination in a clinical trial. 2 left. Number 2 charges $169 a month for a formula that independent reviewers describe as overpriced, even by the generous standards of this category. And number 1, sold in Walmart right now, is built on an ingredient tested specifically in human clinical trials and found specifically to not work. Nugenix Total T Maxx, $169 a month. If you have watched cable television in the last 10 years, you have seen Nugenix, NFL partnerships, high-profile advertising. The brand spends more on marketing than almost anyone in this category, $169 a month. The formula includes ashwagandha, shilajit, zinc, vitamin D, a patented fenugreek extract, and additional botanicals including white button mushroom extract and black ginger extract. Shilajit has some preliminary evidence in men with low testosterone levels. The research in healthy men with normal testosterone is sparse. White button mushroom extract and black ginger extract have theoretical mechanisms of interest and insufficient human clinical data to validate their inclusion as testosterone boosters at supplement doses. Independent expert reviewers have called Nugenix Total to Maxx very hard to recommend at its price point. Not because the individual ingredients are fraudulent, because the price demands a level of clinical validation that the evidence does not currently provide. $169 every month for a formula that even sympathetic reviewers struggle to justify at that cost. Number 1, sold in Walmart, sold in Target, sold in stores across America right now. Built on a hero ingredient that has been directly tested in multiple independent human clinical trials, specifically examining its effect on serum testosterone. The trials found it did nothing. Force, factor, test, X, 180. The most widely distributed testosterone booster in America. The hero ingredient, Tribulus terrestris. Tribulus terrestris has been marketed as a testosterone booster since the 1970s, used in traditional medicine across multiple cultures for centuries. Present in approximately 50% of the top-selling testosterone boosters in the United States. It has also been directly tested in multiple published human clinical trials. Study after study after study published in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research, and multiple other peer-reviewed publications, found that Tribulus terrestris does not significantly raise testosterone levels in healthy men, not marginally, not inconsistently, not depending on dose. Consistently across multiple independent trials in the specific population buying this product, healthy men wanting higher testosterone. Tribulus terrestris does not move the number. This is not a gap in the evidence. This is the evidence. Force Factor Test X 180 is accessible, widely available, and built around a primary testosterone-boosting ingredient that human clinical trials have examined directly and concluded does not achieve what the product claims it does. That is the most straightforward definition of robbing you blind that exists in the supplement industry. The peer-reviewed consensus on this entire category, stated plainly in published medical literature. The current scientific literature fails to provide adequate data to support the use of testosterone booster supplements. Researchers have explicitly recommended their use be discouraged until solid evidence of both benefit and safety exists.
Before buying any testosterone booster, one question. Can the company point to a published, independent, non-company-funded clinical trial in healthy men with normal testosterone showing this specific product meaningfully raises serum testosterone levels? None of the 5 on this list can. If you have real symptoms of low testosterone, persistent fatigue, reduced libido, difficulty holding muscle, mood changes, get a blood test. A doctor can measure the actual number. If it is clinically low, effective evidence-based treatments exist. They require a prescription for a reason. If your testosterone is normal and you want more energy and performance, that is a training, nutrition, sleep, and stress conversation. That conversation is free. The supplement is not. Drop a comment right now. Which testosterone booster have you been buying, and how much have you spent on it before watching this? Share this with the man who recommended it to you. He needs to see it more than you already did. Subscribe. We post every few days, and the next one is coming very soon. We have been inside the protein powder industry for 2 weeks, running label after label, and we found one brand where independent lab testing showed the product contained significantly less protein per scoop than the label claimed. Not underdosed, mislabeled. We have the lab reports. Supplement index. We read the labels so you don't have to.